The housing crisis is getting so bad that some people are reducing insurance coverage to save money. Today, I read an article on foxbusiness.com written by Nora Colomer titled, "Homeowners and Renters Struggling to Afford the High Cost of Housing Survey." The author of this article referenced a recent nationwide survey which revealed rising housing costs are why 20% of renters and 8% of homeowners reported they had to relocate and move into smaller spaces. Moreover, 1 in 5, 21% of respondents, said they had withdrawn money or are considering withdrawing money from their retirement savings to cover housing costs. 40% of homeowners have delayed critical property repairs because of high costs or because they need it to use the money for other financial priorities. Here are my thoughts. Downsizing to a smaller space is often not easy. Sometimes people have to let go of valuable possessions for a fraction of what they paid for them. Moving to a smaller space can also be demoralizing. I have several friends who were forced to downsize during the Great Financial Crisis. I watched how this impacted their spirit. It was like the life drained out of them. It's hard going from an executive home with a pool in a very nice area to a cookie-cutter 3-bedroom home in a less than desirable area of town. Some of these people found out who their true friends were after this. Some got back on their feet and rebuilt their former lives, and others didn't. What I found most interesting about what the author wrote was the fact that 40% of homeowners have delayed critical property repairs because of high costs or because they need it to use the money for other financial priorities. I suspected we would start hearing about this at some point. A lot of people in the past few years purchased homes they could barely afford. Some gave no consideration to how much it will cost to maintain the homes. I'm always surprised by the number of real estate agents who have no clue about how homes are built or how homes are maintained. Some just have bubbly personalities and are good at selling. Whenever I look at a property for sale online, there are some key things that I look at before I ever waste my time to drive out and see it. If the roof is streaking, no thanks. If the roof is a low-end 3-tab style, no thanks. I also look at the windows. If they are wood windows and they are not clad on the outside, I'm generally not interested. If the home seems worthy of looking at, I immediately look at the furnaces and AC systems. If they are older R22 style, I'm generally not interested. It's incredibly hard to get parts for these, and many HVAC companies don't have drums of R22 Freon sitting around, since modern systems have R410A Freon. It's unfortunate that a lot of real estate agents don't know about this type of stuff because some home buyers end up with expensive problems on their hands. I've heard real estate professionals say, "Don't worry about anything because you are going to get a home inspection and you can buy a home warranty." Well, here's the reality. Home inspectors are going to test that old R22 system and confirm that it is functional. They are going to confirm the roof is in decent condition, and they are going to quickly look at the windows. Most aren't going to open every single wood window and inspect the top, bottom, and the sides for decay. In my experience, home inspectors miss a lot, and many aren't always familiar with different codes. In terms of those home warranties, many will try to wiggle out of paying. I have personal experience with these. Read the fine print for these warranty contracts, and many can wiggle out of paying if something failed because of third-party contaminants. I had them deny a broken dishwasher claim because of lime. I feel bad for people who think the inspector and a home warranty are going to protect them. In many cases, that couldn't be farther from the truth. I am sure there are a lot of homeowners here in America who bought homes in recent years who are not able to make repairs to the homes right now. Unfortunately, some of these problems will get worse and maybe even impact other aspects of the home, resulting in more expensive problems down the road. Now, some people who timed the market right may have a decent amount of equity that they could tap to help pay for repairs, but this isn't everyone. Getting back to the article, The author said homeowner insurance premiums have increased 55% in the last 4 years. This is according to a recent guaranteed rate insurance report. The author went on to reference a nationwide survey which revealed that consumers are looking to cut costs wherever they can, and 67% of respondents said they have either reviewed or are considering reviewing their insurance policies. Apparently, 25% are looking for ways to save money on their premiums with their existing policies. Almost 1 in 5, 18%, said they plan to decrease coverage on their existing policies. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this shows you how desperate some people are right now. Some are being crushed by inflation, and they are looking for every way possible to save money. In my opinion, decreasing insurance coverage may not be the best thing to do. I'm a firm believer in quality insurance. For many Americans, their home is one of their biggest investments. Wouldn't you want to protect that investment with the best insurance coverage possible? I sure would. I've had properties in the past sustain a lot of damage, and I'm glad I had the right kind of coverage. There were instances when I wished I had more coverage. I once told my agent to put sewer drain backup coverage on my ground floor condos. The agent did that, which was good, because eventually I had a lot of damage after an intense rainstorm. What I didn't know, and what my agent didn't tell me, was that I only had a maximum amount of sewer drain backup coverage. I had to work closely with the contractor to make sure the repairs stayed within the budget. I was really frustrated when I found out it would have only cost a trivial amount of money to increase the sewer drain backup coverage to a higher amount. I felt like my agent should have gave me that option, but that didn't happen. If any of you are at risk for a sewer drain backup, you may want to consult your agent and find out what your coverage limit currently is and how much it would cost to increase it if appropriate. A lot of insurance agents don't always share this information with you. You'll be glad you have the right amount of coverage if you ever have a catastrophic claim in the future. What do you think about homeowners reducing their insurance coverage to save money? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. It's not just homeowners who are struggling with the real estate they own. I read an article on ZeroHedge.com written by Tyler Durden, likely a pseudonym for writers on Zero Hedge, titled, "Moody's Predicts 24% of office towers will be vacant by 2026. The author of this article said elevated interest rates and persistent remote and hybrid working trends could result in around 24% of all office towers standing vacant within the next 2 years. This is according to Moody's. Well, my friends, this is not good news. It costs a lot of money to own commercial real estate. If you don't have tenants, the property taxes, insurance, maintenance, security, and utilities can eat you alive, even if you have the real estate paid off. Unfortunately, a lot of commercial property owners have large loans, some of which are going to reset soon in a higher interest rate environment. This really could be a ticking time bomb. But what do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below.